what's up, guys? Welcome to Film Freaks.
A show for film fun and all things entertainment.
I'm Jesse Galan.
And I'm Bobby Flores. And today we are getting a little strange. We're getting a little weird. We're getting a little trippy. Yes, we are getting into Mr. Doctor.
Mr. Doctor. Mr. Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but who am I to judge, right? Doctor Strange, hot, new, the latest Marvel addition to their Marvel verse or cinematic verse, all that jazz.
Or as I like to call it, a sequel to Inception.
Yeah. You know, it was trippy for sure. So yeah, let's get right into this thing. Let's just start off with some things that you really liked about the film.
Damn near almost everything, but at the same time, there's a lot of things I didn't like because I liked it.
Right.
Visual effects.
Yeah.
Hands down, by far, the best visuals for the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Dude, it was beyond trippy and awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. I liked the little trippiness when the Ancient One was throwing them through all these. The finger part was crazy, like fingers on hands on fingers. It was weird. So yeah, the visuals were amazing. I love Doctor Strange's character himself. It was really cool. Yeah, and I'll say some stuff for later. But yeah, I really liked. Those are definitely visuals and Doctor Strange's character. Like have you seen him through the stages of the movie? Really enjoyed that. What about some dislikes?
My dislike was also the greatest thing about the movie was the visuals. I love the visuals, but it was heavily influenced with Inception. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of moments where I lost interest because I was like, oh yeah, that was an Inception. Oh, that reminded me of Inception. Oh, that was Inception. And I was trying to break away from that, but it was a little too hard because it was just so heavily Inception. For the exception of the spiritual, like the scene where she punches him and starts throwing him into the multiverse. Yeah, that part, I felt like I was in LSD. Yeah, and just tripped out. But it was psychedelic, and that to me was the organic aspect of Doctor Strange's film, and the biggest part that I enjoyed. But everything else with the bending of the worlds and everything was just so heavily influenced to Inception that it took me away from that.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I love Inception. That is a great movie, but I didn't feel that way. Not at all. And I don't know if it's just because the whole hand movement things, and I feel like they were in control as far in Inception. It wasn't like that. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree that it reminded me of Inception, but during the movie, I wasn't like actively thinking about it. But dislikes for me, I don't know. That's kind of tough because I think. I really liked the villain, the two villains, Dormammu and I forget the other character's name, the purple eye guy, as I call him. I like them a lot. I really like the Ancient One. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I'm sure if I think about it and as we conversate, some stuff will pop up because it was not a perfect film by far. But
and also like one of the dislikes that I think we discussed that earlier was his and I get that they had to push the story much further, but the first 15-20 minutes of the movie where he was at his peak and then all of a sudden he loses everything and then he spends 7 surgeries, but you only hear that it was 7 procedures that he went through with his hands. So there was a massive time, I would say maybe 2 years between the moment that he lost the car accident and then with him going to Kamajar. There was 2 years, but to me it felt like it was only within a week. And that was, I don't know if it was because of the editing or because they were trying to crunch all of that information of success to being at the bottom of everything in such a short period of time. But to me, I felt like that was extremely rushed.
Cool. All right, that's another dislike for Jay. I mean, again, I can't really think of any. But again, like I'm saying, it was not a perfect film by far. But yeah, I can't think of any dislikes off the top of my head. But anyway, so let's just get into our breakdown of the film. So visuals, I know we both agree that those were top of the line, really good. I loved the Eye of Agamotto and how when he would, it almost turned into an arm cannon. I was getting some Samus Aran flashbacks there from Metroid, just how it became part of his arm. I thought that was really cool. Right. And even the Dark World and the dark matter, that looked pretty awesome. So I mean, Jesse nailed it earlier. You know, like the visuals were just amazing. So I definitely give it a 5 out of 5 on the visuals because it was pretty dope.
I loved it, but I'm going to be a little hypercritical on the visuals because, again, even though it was fantastic, it wasn't anything mind-blowing as far as originality, so I'm going to give it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, again, being extremely hypercritical.
Right. And then we move into performances, which, again, man, these actors were, man, you got Tilda Swinton, and then Benedict Cumberbatch, you get Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Enough said.
Right. Just with those three, I mean, wow.
McAdams.
You got Rachel McAdams, and the purple eye guy, I forget his name. He's a fantastic actor, but he's awesome.
Mikhail, and I always forget his last name, Mikhail.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I mean, this literally, like, top to bottom was a great cast. Marvel definitely has gotten better, and you even see it in DC too. Like, that's one of the things that I love about the comic book genre now is that they're not casting just these whatever, by the wayside actors. Like, they're bringing on real talent, and it shows. It really does. I think they all did a fantastic job. My favorite, like I said earlier, was Doctor Strange himself. I really liked watching him go through the motions and all that. I mean, it's Benedict, you know what I mean?
Anything he touches,
awesome.
He's Midas, bro.
Tilda was awesome as the Ancient One. I loved her beyond wisdom. Like that super sensei kind of like. I loved. She did a great job bringing that forward. And then Chiwetel, like, that's my boy, man. He's such a good actor. I love anything that he's in. So I think they did an amazing job across the board.
So what's your number?
I give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it a 5 just because I loved it, but they did an amazing job, and 4 out of 5, solid.
Same here, 4 out of 5 for everything he just said. So I'm not going to reiterate everything he just said for that very same reason.
It did a phenomenal job, man. Like all these comic book movies and just movies overall, like just churning out and giving us great performances. I mean, that's what I love. Visuals. I mean, the story is up there too, but when you get a good performance, just watching a movie and you watch him get it, like, it's so good.
Nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, last one is a story. What do you think, Jay?
Story. Again, my biggest gripe with the story was the first 5-10 minutes where introducing Strange and everything happens with. It almost felt like I wanted to feel sympathy for him, but I didn't. It was almost like I lost connection because everything happened so fast.
Right.
So that was my biggest gripe with the story. Everything else beyond that is fantastic. I also had to dig and do a little research because I know we were discussing where Doctor Strange landed in the spectrum of the cinematic universe, and it almost in reading on mentions of Doctor Strange in other films, and then even the little bits of pieces that they mentioned of with what's his face War Machine.
Okay, War Machine.
When he was asked to do the surgery and he said no, it was a waste of his time, all that stuff. It seemed like this story actually takes place all of Thor 2. So it's bits and pieces of Thor 2, the Civil War, Winter Soldier, which again brings back to why I had a little issue with the beginning introduction of Doctor Strange, because it's 2-3 years and crunched into 5 minutes without giving you the feel of actually being a long period of time. And I don't know, that was my biggest gripe, but again, I'm rambling, so I'm just going to give it a 4. A 4 out of 5. Yeah,
the story was really, really good. What I liked probably the most is, again, I've been saying it's Doctor Strange, but specifically how he didn't become the Sorcerer Supreme. I am very happy they didn't rush the character into that, even though, like Jay was saying about how, they crunched up 2 years worth of time.
Right.
But with that, I'm glad that they didn't rush that part of him, because I was really hoping that at the end he didn't, okay, I'm full blown into my powers. I got this and I'm going to save the day. I'm glad that he didn't do that. It was him getting his butt kicked really throughout the movie, and just kind of winging it, going through the motions of it. And then at the end, really just kind of something clicking and him using his wit to to outdo Dormammu and save the day. So I love that they didn't make him do that. That he wasn't this superhero. Like
Right.
he got the job done just enough to get what he needed. And it worked. Like I love that about it. So the story was great. I mean, it was definitely the most trippy out of the whole Marvel universe. Something different from what we've because they haven't really tapped into the whole the mystic, magic powers and stuff. So it was good, and I agree with Jay. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. So overall, it was a pretty solid film. Like I said, it's not a perfect film by far, but very much enjoyed it. Definitely outshined some of the other Marvel cinematic universe movies. I'm kind of looking forward to see where they do with Doctor Strange and where his story and just the overall how he fits into the universe. So really, really cool. So I gave 5 on the visuals, 4 on the performance, and 4 on the story, giving 13 out of 15. So yeah, great job, Marvel. I really, really enjoyed it. And
I mean, that's 4s across the board. That's 15. I'm just kidding. 12. And again, it's not because the movie was terrible.
No,
I would just. To me, for a film to score up to 15 or even
it has to be perfection.
14, that has to be like oh my god, over the top Oscar-winning performances, and absolutely. Not that they didn't do great.
Right.
It's just it had you gotta be a little stern.
I agree with Jay. Like it wasn't a perfect film, but we both very, very much enjoyed it. And I think Doctor Strange moving forward is going to be one of our favorite characters and maybe one of the favorite trilogies. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite. I mean, the Captain America films is my favorite trilogy so far, and the Captain America character. But now Strange is going to definitely it's up there now.
It looks
for
super
sure.
dope. All right, so that's what we had for you guys. Let us know what you guys think. Did you guys agree or disagree with anything we said? Did we leave something out?
Yeah, and let us know. And I'm really curious to know what your guys' thoughts in regards to the whole mysticism and like the magical element and what that means for the rest of the Marvel universe. Do you think they're going to bring in the multiverse and several sips of the same character, or do you think they're going to push on to something greater? Let me know.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Well, hey, film freaks, if you guys enjoyed watching our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe.
And go ahead and check out some of our other videos. Do it now!
What's the matter with you? Do it now!
Do it!
It's not the tumor!